is somatic therapy? Soma is actually a Greek word that means the self known from within. So the body that I know from within me. And so what does that mean exactly, the body that I'm knowing? My body is my thoughts, my emotions, my impulses, sensations, and feelings. All of these things are my body. They're my experience, my internal and external experience and perceptions of who I am in my life and how I respond to things. And then there's this inner consciousness that can witness those things, right? We have a feeling or a thought, and we can witness it and observe it and make meaning around it and understand it. And we have this sense of self that is separate from our body and all of these different parts of our body. And so the somatic therapy is really beginning to integrate and have this dual experience of our self, our higher self, our inner consciousness, that knowing of who we are, and our body experiences, our feelings, our thoughts, our sensations, our impulses. And it's this coming together and integrating into a feeling of wholeness, of oneness. Now this has become popular nowadays because many of us feel at odds with our bodies and with ourselves. We have conflicting emotions, conflicting desires and understandings of what we should do and who we want to be, and we're not that person, and we feel upset about it, and we have feelings that come out that we act in a way that we don't really want to or mean to, but we do, and we can't even control it. And so we find ourselves in conflict a lot with this kind of push, pull, should do, can't do, want to do, and how do we know, like, what is the right thing to do? And does that even matter? And all these things, right? We find ourselves in conflict. We find ourselves sometimes stuck in responding a certain way that we don't like, that we don't like that part of ourselves. We don't like when we get angry and we yell, and we can't control it, but it happens, it shows up. And then now we feel mad that we got angry. We're beating ourselves up. We feel shame and about our responses. So the healing happens when we can separate ourselves from all of our bodily experiences, our thoughts, feelings, emotions. We separate and we connect. It's that reconnecting to our higher self, that we can be with ourselves in a loving, compassionate way instead of fighting against ourselves.